Hello, ladies. Welcome to day 3 of the challenge. I hope you ladies are having a fabulous morning, that you've been having a fabulous week, and that you are becoming a little bit more inspired each day with each of these little videos. So not gonna do a lot of small talk. Want to get straight into it. As you can see, we have a different backdrop today, I guess you would call it. And I did this for a couple of reasons. One is because yesterday, I know in the video, I put a lot of emphasis on the weather and how, it was gloomy, and that can put a damper on people's spirits and attitudes and motivation. And, this is just a reminder that everything passes on. Like, this too shall pass, right? So even if yesterday was tough, it was gloomy, look how beautiful it is today, right? So if we practice living in the present moment and being appreciative of days such as this, even if it changes later, at least in the beginning of the day, I had time to appreciate the peace and the calm and the blue skies and the birds and all that good stuff, right? So another reason I actually did this set this time is because I kind of want you to focus on something other than me, right? Because these videos aren't about me. It's about the message, and it's about the motivation, and just trying to keep you ladies inspired in yourself. And so I've actually taken some notes, and a lot of you know that I'm into divination work, and so I do oracle and I do tarot. I do a bunch of other things too. If you're interested, let me know. I've taken some notes as I was thinking this morning, and instead of you looking at me, say what's on my notepad, maybe you can look at something more pleasant, which is the beautiful outdoors, since we ain't going nowhere for a while, right? Okay, so I want to start off with this quote that I follow these ladies called the Female Hustlers on IG. And they had this quote on the other day, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I need to share this, and it's definitely a part of the message for today. So the quote that they gave yesterday was, self-care isn't just holidays and massages. It's working on your habits, mindset, and healing from your past. It's removing toxic thoughts, people, and places in your life. It's living intentionally, purposefully, and consciously. And I thought that was just like right on. And self-care is what we're doing, ladies. We're learning to better care for ourselves so that we can then in turn better care for our families and better care for our environment and the planet as a whole. Speaking of, I know that a lot of y'all are stuck at home with your families and your kids, and they might be getting on your nerves. So I actually have a recycling video that I'm gonna post probably tomorrow. So if you want to get your kids together and the husband, and while you have your self-care time, you like, hey, y'all watch these videos and y'all go do some recycling, okay? Then do that. That I'm giving you the video's not too long, but that, if you aren't helping, it's definitely gonna take them longer. So that gives you a good hour. So tell the kids and the husband to watch that, and yeah. So check out that video if you need a little, if I can help you more with dedicating some time to yourself. So back on track. Today, I want to focus on forgiveness. Now, why would forgiveness be, who are we forgiving? We can be needing to work on forgiving ourselves, people in our past, people in our current. Maybe you were in quarantine with someone that you wouldn't necessarily choose to be quarantined with, or maybe you need to forgive that you had whatever situation, person, environment. You need to forgive is why we're going to talk about this today, because when you harbor resentment, it blocks the flow of love, and you can't flow and grow unless you release negative energy. If you hold on to hate, anger, intolerance, or blame, then you got to really learn to release those things, because if you don't, it's going to stunt your own growth. And that's the purpose in us doing this, so that we can grow. So if you feel that you have any sort of negative emotion, and I also talked about this yesterday in the video about cleansing your environment, right? Making sure that you replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. So if you are in that position right now, and you're feeling there's some sort of negative energy that you're experiencing, either with yourself, with the people in your environment, with your environment in general. I'll give you an example. Where I live, we hear gunshots a lot, and that could be, intimidating and scary for a lot of people and negative to them. But I know that I have the love of God on my side, so I'm not scared. I'm really not. It doesn't bother me because I know that I'm protected. I know that, God is going to take care of me. And, as long as I'm being safe and conscious of my environment, then I'm going to be safe and I'm going to be fine. So making sure that you release hate, anger, intolerance, and blame are something that I want you ladies to be thinking about today, okay? And remember, the most important person to forgive is always yourself. So stop blaming yourself for any failures that you feel have happened in your life in the past. And start releasing any regret, and know that you can't control the past, but you can control you in the here and now. And so that means if you can control the you in the here and now, and you're conscious of those changes you're making, you're naturally creating a better future for yourself. So focus on your growth. Don't focus on what happened in the past. Don't focus on being stuck in the house with your kids and your family. Or maybe you're stuck in the house alone, and that's just as bad for you because you feel like you don't have someone to, talk to and have fun with. So it's putting you in a negative frame of mind. No, focus on your growth in this time. That's why I'm doing this, right? So if you live mindfully in the present to expand your consciousness, you're going to become more aware of the things that you're doing to yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, and the things that you project onto other people because you may be in a negative state of mind because of something that really wasn't even that serious, right? How sometimes we can make little things into much bigger things when it's like it wasn't really that big of a deal in the first place. Let's work on that, ladies. Let's work on forgiving more easily, embracing love, because when you forgive and you choose love instead, doesn't it feel better? As soon as you get over something, you always feel better. So if we can work on getting over things and working through things, and I don't mean getting over it like just sweeping it on the rug, not at all. We need to address the issues that caused it, right? Because instead of treating the symptoms, we need to treat the problem. Stop putting band-aids on stuff, right? But if we can get to the focal point of why we get so negatively consumed by things that we can't control, once we learn that, we're right on track to growing into the goddess that we are meant to be. So anyways, ladies, I just wanted to make sure the video was still going. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope this message has inspired you, has left you feeling a little bit better about today. Maybe it's been hard the first couple days so far. Whatever. I hope that it has helped you in some way. It's giving you some sort of insight, and it's reminded you of the beautiful woman that you are. And I will see you ladies tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and love you bunches. Bye.